Mr. B is the newly appointed CEO of department store B. Through analyzing big data, he discovered that customers preferred a state-of-the-art, high-end department store. So he made a huge decision. First, he removed discount coupons and clearance sections, and instead filled the store with valuable luxury brands. In addition, he eliminated cashiers and installed high-tech machines to make payment easier for customers. The result? Contrary to his expectations, revenue dropped drastically within 17 months, causing huge losses. What in the world went wrong? World-renowned innovation expert Jeff Dyer said the following: "In the age of uncertainty, leaders are no longer chief decision-makers. Instead, they're chief experimenters." Does this mean they have to wear white lab coats and conduct science experiments? No, not at all. According to Jeff Dyer, chief experimenters are leaders who facilitate a corporate culture where they formulate hypotheses with their team and conduct experiments. Most leaders are used to judging an idea. Normally, they make a go or no-go decision based on their personal experience or common knowledge. But Jeff Dyer advises them instead to first conduct an experiment to verify the probability of success of the idea. Mr. B's problem mentioned earlier is actually the case of a famous US department store chain, J.C. Penney. Ex-Apple executive Ron Johnson, who became the CEO of J.C. Penney in 2011, made the bold decision to transform the present store into a state-of-the-art, high-end department store. But he didn't experiment to see whether his method would actually work. As a result, customers turned their backs on J.C. Penney's innovation, and Mr. Johnson had to give up his seat as CEO, taking full responsibility for the failure. Unlike Ron Johnson, there's another leader who achieved eye-opening results in innovation with his chief experimenter leadership style. His name is Gary Loveman. From the moment he became CEO of Caesars Entertainment Corporation, he emphasized the experimenter spirit to his employees. He publicly announced that implementing any program or policy before experimenting was forbidden, and even warned that those who broke this rule would be fired on the spot. In addition, he didn't hold back in investing in the necessary human resources and infrastructure needed to conduct proper experimenting. Then, let's see what kind of innovation Gary Loveman's experimenter spirit had accomplished. One time, Gary Loveman needed to make a decision about product development, but then suddenly a question popped into his head. Up to that point, they had been making products targeting tourists. But were tourists indeed their major customers? Well, that was what most casinos had assumed. Yet, Gary Loveman conducted an experiment to make sure of it. To do so, he first offered a promotional package worth $125 to tourists and $60 worth of free trips to other average customers who lived in surrounding areas. Then, he tested which group generated more gambling revenue. What did the results show? Unexpectedly, the customers from surrounding areas who were offered the $60 worth of casino chips spent much more money at the casino than the tourists did. Based on this result, Gary Loveman created packages that specifically targeted average workers and others who looked for something interesting from surrounding areas. Thanks to his experiment, he was able to pursue a new and differentiated competitive strategy which stood out from their many competitors. Gary Loveman was truly the chief experimenter. And the result? Within 10 years of taking office, he had Caesars Entertainment Group replacing former number 1 MGM Casino Hotel Group successfully, and developed a corporate culture of testing ideas before making a decision. Leaders of US Continental Airlines are also chief experimenters. One day, they gathered and discussed how to handle passengers who were upset with unfortunate flight services like long delays. They were debating between two ideas: send just a letter of apology, or send a letter of apology along with a free premium club membership form. Some even argued that there would be no effect vis-a-vis the cost and urged not to take any action at all. Since many reasonable ideas were out, and the debate seemed never-ending, did the CEO just make a decision out of those three alternatives? No. the leaders of Continental Airlines rather conducted a comparative experiment on them. First, they divided the disgruntled passengers into 3 groups. Then, for Group A, they sent a letter of apology. For Group B, they sent a letter of apology and an offer for free membership in the premium club. And for C, they ignored the complaints. The results? Passengers in Group C were still upset even though many months had passed. And those in Group A were mollified by the letter of apology that the money they spent to the airline increased by 8% on the following year. The remarkable results came from Group B. 30% of them paid premium club membership fees to maintain their membership status after their free memberships expired. From that day on, Continental Airlines expediently has sent a letter of apology along with a free premium club membership card to customers whenever any problems arose. As a result, they were able to reap the astonishing results of more than $150 million in increased revenue. Do you also make a go or no-go decision based on your gut? Then try to become a chief experimenter, like Gary Loveman, and say, let's test ideas before making a decision. The tested results in front of your eyes will become a guiding light through the tunnel of your uncertain future.